What's up? What's up, y'all? Y'all already know the best verses in wrestling media history and wrestling podcast history. It is WWE Raw versus SmackDown, of course, presented by Battleground Podcast. Of course, none other than in the Shakers Den. What is up? What is up? We are here, of course. Raw versus SmackDown. Who did it better? Y'all already know the South Shakers in the building. Nikki Bougie, Dreon Santana. What's going on? How you feeling? You think you gonna keep your streak this week?
I mean, I don't know. We are what on the week of this is the week after Survivor Series,
Correct.
so a lot has happened. There's a lot of conversations, a lot of topics over the weekend for both shows in particular. But I think SmackDown scored a big win once again, especially what will happen this week. But we got to get through Monday right off first to see how we got to SmackDown. Uh, there's a lot of things that y'all got to
Yeah.
work on up there. I'm assuming you got to get y'all people in shit because obviously it's a
I
lot
don't
of
know.
stuff going on, a lot of miscommunication.
Yeah. I feel like
It
we
wasn't
won
bad. I'm
this
sure.
one.
Listen, I'm sure you were there. Well,
Yeah,
you
I
were
feel like
there, so
we beat
the
I feel
crowd
like we
energy.
beat y'all.
So
Definitely.
I
We
don't
beat
know. We'll
y'all.
have to find out.
We will. Is my mic good?
Do you have confidence? Your mic is good.
Huh?
It's just a little delay, but are you? You're like a delay.
Okay. Well, anyway, yes, I was at the Monday Night Raw after Survivor Series in Nashville at Bridgestone Arena. I'm supposed to be there tonight, but you know, I'm not there. But it was a very interesting show, and I'm always biased. And I think
Mm-hmm.
you can be biased when you go to the show, right?
Right.
Like that's just I don't know.
I mean,
It's
because
it's
you're
gonna
there,
bring
you're live. It's a different
yeah.
feel. It's the atmosphere, So
You see
of
the
course,
production.
yeah.
You hear the pyro, you see so many surprises. And I know everyone's been talking about the return of CM Punk to WWE, which we never thought in a million years would happen. But also,
Mm-hmm.
Randy Orton is back and he made his first stop Monday Night Raw, Nashville, Tennessee. A good old Tennessee native himself from Knoxville, Tennessee. So I thought it was pretty appropriate. I know a lot of people were like, "Oh, they're gonna open with Punk." No, they're not. They're gonna open with Randy Orton. Punk has had a lot, um, and of course, we'll get to Punk. Randy comes out. He's really talking to us about his time off, being away, but he really doesn't get to say much because he is. Confronted, if you will, by mommy, he lets it he lets it be very known that he's been watching. He sees everything's about Rhea, 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 Rhea. But daddy's back. Okay? Randy Orton makes it very clear to Rhea Ripley. You have been running Monday Night Raw, but it's okay. It's okay. Thought he was gonna give her a good old RKO, but that didn't happen. Instead, he was met in the ring with a surprise attack by JD, who he gave an RKO to, and Dominic Mysterio, who he'll be facing later on in the night. Whew. I
Poor
thought it was
JD.
pretty good. I mean, JD did seem to have some neck issues, but honey, listen, it should have been Rhea. That's the only thing I would have changed with this. Y'all should have gave it to Rhea. The reaction would have went. I mean, just
I think
from
that
him
girl,
saying "Daddy's back," girl,
what daddy's back, boom, RKO. Nah, she
girl.
would have countered and then riptide his ass and fold him up.
Now that would have ate too. That
But
would
I
have
think
ate.
they wanted to build the anticipation because people were already going to be speculating, like, oh, well, she's going to get RKO the night she comes out here. So,
Of course. And we'll get into more Randy Orton and Judgment Day as we move on. But of course, we have a little tag team turmoil, if you will. So many amazing teams, including the Alpha Academy. Now, Otis and Tozawa, if I'm not mistaken, were the team members. Were the ones that were on the team.
yeah,
I think it was.
yes,
But okay.
you are correct.
And then we also had a great appearance from the New Day with their Predators representing Nashville Bridgestone Arena 25 years. So much history there in sports. Now, in the end, it was the Creed brothers who picked up the victory after defeating those teams eventually, and it got down to them and the New Day, and then they beat the New Day, and then they went on to face Imperium and took Imperium out too. And the Creed brothers, listen, I was so happy. I don't give a damn. Like, I just feel like this match really got to showcase Julius and Brutus. And I just, I know how people can get with one sided and leaning towards one of the tag team partners than other, but they're a team. They're cohesive. They work together. And it was really good to see them live, honestly, because I did not get to see them for Great
This is
American
what you've
Badass.
been waiting.
This is what I like. This is
You've been waiting for,
this is so good.
this was a makeup for you not being able to see him at the Great American Bash.
Yeah.
Let's say that it was a makeup for you.
It was. Speaking of makeup and beautiful faces, we get to see the many faces of Cody Rhodes, who I just was so astonished by him and just his presence and just everything he had to say regarding, coming off the heel of Survivor Series. However, he was also interrupted. No surprise there, but the surprise was a little bit different. He did before being attacked, which is why I think we won this week. He did make his announcement and made it very clear that he will be the first to enter the Royal Rumble and for 2024, which is held in Tampa, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Florida.
Florida. Yeah. So he did make that announcement, but honey, let me tell you something. The girl is here to stay, honey. This is another reason why I feel like tens across the board for Miss Raw this week, honey. She cleared with Shinsuke, making it very like, baby, Shinsuke, honey, cleared, honey. In the face, honey. She
I
she
love
don't give a damn. She made it
that.
very clear, honey. I don't give a damn about no entry. You're gonna have to see me. This was brutal. This was something I was not expecting. I don't think
Mm,
people really appreciated this enough for me.
I absolutely love
Yeah,
Shinsuke. He is
definitely.
everything. I like Cody too, though, but I think it's a little different from what Cody has been in. Like, this is everybody was speculating that Shinsuke was calling out CM Punk or whatever the whole time. It was Cody Rhodes himself with his Christmas socks on.
Child, we still gotta figure out who the devil is.
She a devil, she a bad little bitch, she a rebel.
I hope so. Oh, I
She
hope
a
so.
devil, bad
Uh,
little bitch, she a rebel.
I would go crazy.
Jumping in the air.
But I'm ready to see what's gonna happen with Cody and Shinsuke moving forward. I'm sure of course by the end we'll have some matches for you that will happen in just about a hour and 45 minutes. Well, a little over. But we move on. Now, before this, we did have a really sleeper match between Ivar and Bronson Reed, and it's not getting any love this week in the verses because this is about competition, and y'all are not gonna bring me down, okay? Physically and on this scale of trying to win. So shout out to them, but we all know how that ended. Don't have anything for it. But we do move on. Nia Jax. Now, before all of this, because what was very funny is that it seemed like Shayna was coming to the aid of Zoe Stark before her match with Nia Jax, and Zoe was like, "Girl, I don't need your help," and Shayna was like, "Girl," she said something. Hold on, I gotta, because I have the video. She said, "Watch your hole" or something. Yeah, shut your hole. So, of course, the reference to Nia being like, "Oh, my hole," before she was
Shut your
released.
hole before I shut it for you.
Yeah. Zoe tried to get as much offense as she could, but once again, Nia Jax cleared. And in person, I don't think I've ever seen Nia, and she to me is definitely a star. 100%. She looks like a star. She looks like someone I want to be entertained by no matter what she's doing. Gorgeous face, just the way she presents herself. And to be fair, I was literally like to the right over there. So,
Wow.
yeah, it was cool. Um, but like I said, Zoe was no match for Miss Nia Jax, honey. The irresistible. What was it? What was she?
Force.
Force.
Irresistible force, Nigel.
There we go.
I don't know what she is now. I don't think she. I don't think they even call her that anymore.
No, I don't either. Um,
That she's annihilating everybody.
I like that. Anaya.
Well, her finisher now called the Annihilator.
Oh, cute. Hey, honey, they keep up for the girls.
So
We move on to Seth, and Seth comes out. He, is very excited about being on that winning team for Survivor Series. Obviously, um, we saw a good victory. I don't know. I think it could have went either way, honestly. But out of this, Drew feels, even though he was on the other team, he feels like he's old almost in the sense a title picture, to be in the title picture. But Seth made it very clear that he was giving the opportunity to Jay Uso. Main event, Jay Uso. We'll get that match tonight, obviously. Speaking of, Drew decided to attack Seth Rollins, and Jay Uso had no problem
amen,
at
amen.
all, making it very clear um, that he didn't give a damn how he felt. And we got the double super kick. That was beautiful. It's really nice. That really, they did that for me. I was sitting.
I was trying to figure out why the fuck is Drew like in his boxers or Spanx or whatever. Like that man snatched the damn kill off and was just like balls out. Like girl, thank you for the show. I appreciate it. I listen. I had no complaints about that man being balls out on Monday Night Raw.
It was just crazy. It was like, pow. I gotta post that
I
video
think it was
too.
nice though. It was cute.
Yeah, it was because Jay was handling business. Like he came in. Yeah, I just love it. Just
Well, he had to repay because Drew ended up busting himself open. Child.
yeah, obviously. But we move back to the women business. Of course, the tag team championships are on the line. Chelsea Green and Piper Niven are defending against the winners of last week's four-way match. Got their ticket. Now the match is here. Tegan Knox and Natalia. This is a really good match. They really put on some really good spots. Chelsea really got to showcase herself as, for me, Chelsea's always been very supportive of both of us. We were there when she left WWE and went to the indies and did shows and did meet and greets and did Impact. And so it's really good to see. That was really a special moment to see Chelsea on the screen. And just everything was just so, I don't know, just so, I hate to say nice because it sounds so cliche, but this is a really good match to see. And of course, Chelsea. Damn, I thought I added some more pictures of them. Of course, Chelsea and Piper did get the victory. Um, but we also saw a backstage with our truth, and then we saw Jelly Roll was in the building too, so that gave us some more points of winning this week. I know SmackDown did what they could. But we got to the main event, of course. It wasn't that long. I don't know if they're just like preserving Randy, you know. I don't mind it. But it was good. It was good for what it was because it was literally him facing Dom. Fucking crazy. Beautiful main event. Beautiful ending. Um, but to put the cherry on top, and I'm sure Santana being from the cult of personality that she is from, I'm sure she would agree that this is a pretty big ending. Like, this is the biggest ending in pro wrestling sports entertainment history in a very, come on. CM Punk is holding a WWE mic. He didn't even do this for Survivor Series.
He did not at all whatsoever. I mean, as a native of Chicago and everything,
Right.
it's a great moment. I watched CM Punk during his era in WWE, and him being in ECW and so on and so forth, and
Yeah.
seeing him go over to AEW or whatever. I mean, it was nice. It was a great moment because that was something that he wasn't wrestling. He was just doing MMA. That didn't work out. Came back to wrestling, you know, and that was that. Had there were some sticky roads over there in AEW and whatnot. But I mean, I'm excited to see what he does here back in WWE. Once again, as they always say never. I know people are like, oh, he's a hypocrite and all this and that. There are so many people that are in this that's back within WWE right now that have talked shit about the company, whether they other promotions or not, and then bring their ass right back. Because at the end of the day, the same way we wake up and we say, fuck our jobs, I'm sick of this shit. What do? Clock the fuck in. Because we
Yeah.
still need that money to live and make ends meet. So at the end of the day, it's his job. He's making money. You know what I'm saying? And whatever this is gonna be for CM Punk back in WWE, I'm excited to see.
Yeah.
So,
Shout out to Tim Battle with Battleground Podcast. He got Liam a really nice photo. Liam is his son. So that was really nice. And yeah, this was just a really big moment. Even after air, he did some pictures and just talked to some fans and stuff. Nothing too crazy. They did cancel um the dark matches.
mhm.
So that was that on that. So there were matches before that we had. But speaking of matches, we do have a few matches tonight before we turn it over to SmackDown to try to clobber us a little bit. We have
Robert.
Cody's. I don't really know if this is a official match, but I do know Cody Rhodes does have to make some answers to Shinsuke. Shayna Baszler will be taking on Nia Jax finally after their little hold debacle. And then we'll also see a kind of a rematch in a sense between Johnny Gargano, well, DIY, Tommaso Ciampa, and Imperium. And then we'll get a one-on-one match with Drew and Sammy. And then more than likely in our main event, there will be a World Heavyweight Championship title match. Of course, Seth Rollins defends against main event Jey Uso. And if this is the night that y'all want to pull the trigger and let that man go fix his back, that will we would win next week. So there it
I
is.
mean, that is true. Y'all possibly will. Also, they did announce Kaden Carter and Katana would take on Tegan and Natalia tonight too for Raw.
Congratulations.
Just to add that out there. And all that good jazz there.
Yeah, CM Punk really carried us on his back with that one. So we moving on to
Whew.
SmackDown.
Wow, that's crazy. Well, we move on to the blue brand, the real brand, the greatest brand of all time. The
What's your problem?
you listen,
You want to be
you
Nick Aldis so
let
bad.
me I don't let me tell you something. I'm not taking no RKO. All right. Let's make that very clear. Okay. I get RKO elsewhere. All right. So we're here on the blue brand, as I stated, the A brand, of course. We start off with our EST at WWE, Bianca Belair. And I mean, come on now. We're off the heels of a victorious win at War Games. Her team defeating Damage Control, even though they had all the new people added, it still didn't mean a damn thing because that was a super team over there. Honestly, you want to say? But Bianca made it very clear that she is coming for that title. EO, she is not done with you. She wants her title back, and there's been a lot of discourse on social media about Bianca and everything like that. But I'm gonna say my thoughts towards the end because she was in the main event. Um, and Damage Control came out, but Bailey was not with them at all whatsoever, and kind of felt as if like after what happened at War Games, we were exactly going to be seeing Bailey kind of be pushed off to the side a bit. Dakota's doing the talking, Io, Asuka, Kyrie being out there, and definitely seems like Dakota is calling the shots as of right now. Seems to be the one definitely being the true leader of Damage Control. Because where the fuck is Bailey? And well, they tried to, I guess, start some problems and issues with Bianca until Shotzi and Charlotte came out, and then it became like a big brawl. So obviously, the feud between Bianca, Shotzi, and Charlotte with Damage Control is not over by no means necessary. And Bianca, Shotzi, and Charlotte are left standing tall as Damage Control decides they want to retreat to the back. And like I said, Bailey, girl, they're not, they're really not socializing themselves with you at all whatsoever. I don't know, but whatever it is, it's a slow exile with Bailey from Damage Control. I will say that. We move on to our first match of the night. Pete Butch versus Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley, he had a lot of things to try to say about Pete on the mic. Even had the crowd chanting Bruiserweight. And I mean, I know it's because of the fact of that Ridge Hollins has been still upset with Pete since the accidental kick to the head or whatever. And he turned his back on him last week. So now I hope that we're back into this mode of getting Butch be turned back into Pete Dunne, and we finally get our Bruiserweight that I've been wanting to have on the main roster for the longest. Hopefully, that's with the dynamic of where we are going into, in a sense. But I guess I have to see how that turns out. But nonetheless, this match between Pete and Bobby Lashley was actually pretty good, despite the fact that like Bobby was really like beating the shit out of Pete. And I'm like, y'all making him look really weak, and he's not at all whatsoever. This man has fought against Walter. He's fought against bigger guys who are bigger than him, and you're making him look weak to Bobby Lashley. Not saying that Bobby Lashley there's anything wrong with Bobby Lashley. It's just the fact of like, come on now. If people know Pete Dunne from his in ring and from his work period, you don't try to make him look like a little guy against a big guy in reality wise. Like, come on now, he can literally break the man's fingers if he wanted to. But Bobby Lashley ended up picking up the victory, and I don't know. I feel like with Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits, they're trying their hardest to make them heels, but the crowd just keeps cheering for them. It's whatever they're trying to do to make them heels is not working. at all whatsoever. I think that y'all should just keep them making them baby faces or whatever, but making them heels is not working right now because the crowd keeps cheering for them.
Well, Montez was also like egging the crowd on, and it seemed like they may not. I don't want to say forgotten that they're heels,
Mhm.
but I just they like cut, but it was like he was running around almost. I don't know what he was saying or anything like that, but they are very baby face. That's what we're used to. It's not like a drastic. It's not as drastic as people think. That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Like it's not as it doesn't fit like a glove. And when I say glove, I mean like a whole different glove. Like when
Mhm.
Bailey, she's just the
Yeah.
first to come to mind. But like Hugger, like they stripped that to pieces. This is not being stripped enough if they want them to be heels. But I don't know. Bobby Lashley has a hard time being a heel too, though. To
He
me,
does because he just fuck.
he's
He's
just
he's
likable.
so likable.
Like,
Like he needs to beat the shit out of somebody.
yeah,
They all just need to beat the shit out of somebody. Like honestly, true to bring out that heel side of them because right
yeah,
now it just seems like it's not working.
yeah.
No, I don't need B Fab to join her to make to that will make them be a heel because she couldn't even make Hero be a heel. They had Hero be a baby face. Crowd liked it flat the next couple of months. They turned them heel, the crowd booed, and then they stopped giving a fuck. Thinking that she is gonna come in and help them be a heel is not gonna happen. So maybe she could try something else. Speaking of a heel that has made it work for himself, Santos Escobar takes on Joaquin, and I don't know. It sucks, because we've gotten to this point where Santos has completely removed himself from the LWO, and he has definitely said a lot of things about them. He said things about Ray. He's even said things about Zelina Vega on the bump and everything too. Saying that he wish her best on her future endeavor, as if he's basically trying to foreshadow that this girl is basically being released or some shit like that. I don't know. But I definitely would say that I enjoyed this match a lot. Santos is definitely tapping into that side that he had back in NXT. And you have someone like Joaquin who knows Santos really well. They came into Legado de Fantasma together down in NXT, so he knows him extremely well. But it doesn't defeat the purpose of the fact of that Santos is really, really upset about everything that has happened with them between him and Ray. And even in the fact of that Dragon Lee has now inserted himself into this. And obviously, it's still going to continue on, I guess, until Carlito comes back and then until Rey Mysterio comes back. So it's just maybe next week we'll have Santos versus Cruz or something. You know, I don't know, but
I don't need that.
crazy time. Mm-hmm. We move. we move on.
Boo.
We move on to the next thing. God damn it! All right, so Logan Paul, out the United States champion or whatever. He comes out, he mocks Randy Orton, he talks about being champion and everything like that, taking it from Ray, but also letting it be known that there's going to be a tournament to find out who his next opponent is going to be. So on the screen back there, you see Santos Escobar, Bobby Lashley, Dragon Lee, Karrion Cross, Austin Theory, Grayson Waller, Kevin Owens, and one NXT superstar will be joining the tournament as well. We have no idea who that is going to be at this time, but there are a few down there NXT stars that I do feel like would benefit from this opportunity. It's just all about who exactly will that be. Um,
I think it's
I
gonna
don't,
be Braun Breaker.
I don't want to be cliche or anything like, but I mean, who knows? It could be Mello. It could be Braun Breaker. Um, Axiom would be nice.
I
He
hope
does
if it's
pretty good.
whoever it is in NXT, I hope they win.
Yeah, so that because I mean, it would be nice. I mean, you brought them up here to have an opportunity, unless you're going to have them face somebody in a layup type situation where it's like they'll go out there, put on a great match, but they don't win.
That would be sucky.
So it's
If
just a
I
showcase
just
them.
don't want them to win, and then he faces an NXT talent and beats them. Like he's gonna
Yeah.
have to beat like I don't even know. I don't even know who the hell he could beat. I don't want him to beat anybody besides Karen Cross.
So
So
Karen Cross needs to win then, right?
no, that would be worse. Somebody needs to win and beat Logan Paul. Period. Whoever wins, they need to beat him. This is
Well,
suffer.
I
This is
mean,
making y'all suffer
because of what?
because of this.
Logan Paul?
All of this. This is a
I
hot fucking
I
mess.
didn't ask for
All of it.
Logan Paul. Let me tell you something. I don't mind the competitors that are back here
No, I
in a
don't either.
sense as well, because I do feel like, well, except for Karrion Cross. I mean, I
Well,
think he's just there for a layup, you know what I'm saying? But as far as like everyone else, I feel like everyone else, and possibly including whoever the NXT star is going to be, can benefit from
unless
this
it's
in a way.
Braun
So,
Breaker, then you're gonna have a problem with it.
girl, if it's Braun Breaker, Logan Paul's gonna have a problem if
No,
he
he
wins.
definitely Braun winning.
So,
I don't care. Braun winning. So if y'all put him in this, he's your new Braun Breaker, the United States champion. The fuck?
they're gonna throw in like Nathan Frazier or something. That'd
Like
be cool
that'd
though.
be
I don't
nice.
mind Nathan Frazier because he's actually really good talent.
That's a wild card. Wesley.
Mm-hmm. Well, Wesley got to make it past Dominic this weekend for
Oh
them.
Lord.
Which we'll talk about what we got wrapped up for this week, and everything like that too. So speaking of people who are involved in the tournament, Noman Dar, he'll be cool. Speaking of people who are part of the tournament, Kevin Owens came out, and then followed by Theory and Grayson Waller. And what if it's Rhea Ripley? Oh, girl. All right. Um, Kevin Owens still punching the shit out of people, especially Theory, who obviously just can't keep his mouth shut. This resulted into having a match between Grayson Waller and Kevin Owens, with Theory out by ringside. This feud between Kevin and Theory and Grayson is continuing to heat up as the week has come since Kevin Owens has made his way back to the Blue Brand. Great match. I'm happy to see Grayson continue to get those in ring matches, because he's extremely good in the ring, and he's so damn good that a fan jumped the barricade this weekend. And obviously, he must have been a swifter, because he must have been really, really upset about the things that Grayson Waller was saying on social media. So, but who knows? So, and obviously, there's a little Kodak moment between Logan and Theory and Grayson on Kevin Owens. But nonetheless, Kevin Owens did pick up the victory. Seems like Kevin allegedly sustained a hand injury, so he will probably be off TV for a while. Kevin, girl, get it together. Wait,
You telling him to get together? No, Waller and motherfucking Theory need to get their shit together. Cause
they
I'm
got some hard jaws, you know?
it make
Like,
me look dumb. All of them. Just so much chaos.
oh, God. All right. So then we get to our main event for match wise and everything. Bianca Belair facing Kyrie Sane. Haven't seen these two in the ring with each other as 1-on-1 since the Mae Young Classic in like 2018, in a sense. And I know that this was something that a lot of people were expecting and everything, but I think a lot of people need to realize that the girls who come from Stardom, they have to change their move sets to fit the WWE American style of wrestling. You know what I'm saying? And I know what you were expecting. A lot of people were expecting out of Bianca and Kyrie was a Mae Young Classic, like rewind and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And this whole back and forth thing that y'all were doing on social media was just it was a waste of time, honestly, truly. Like, I know y'all saying like, oh, well, Bianca carried the match or whatever. Okay, she did. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? But like, I don't know. I feel like, I mean, I'm not gonna say they've had bad chemistry before, you know what I'm saying, but times is different. Bianca has elevated a lot and grown a lot since that Mae Young classes, where Kyra was a little more advanced than Bianca, but Bianca was still powering her down inside of that match. And like I said, people are only gonna go back to that match because that's what people were expecting when they saw these two have a singles match. And I know a lot of people saying, "Oh well, why did Bianca win? Kyra should have won. This is her first singles match. She should have won." It's not gonna always be that. Not everybody who makes their return to WWE or whatever is gonna just win automatically.
Yeah. I do think they had lack of chemistry. I don't know. Maybe it could have been thrown together. It could have been just something that, they may not have been able to run through. We don't know. I personally enjoyed the match. I was very confused on the discourse, but that's why I also don't go into something because people would have did the same thing, and people are gonna hate me for saying this, but people would have did the same shit if Bianca and Sasha would have sit there and put on a bad match.
Oh yeah. Oh
So
yeah.
I say that to say it's even ground for everybody. So sometimes the expectation is a little too high in my opinion, but I can see why. But I think they'll I don't know. I think Kyrie, they always to me made her character always so drunk. Like she just is drunk sometimes. Like even seeing her interact with Charlotte, she just was
Mm-hmm.
drunk. Like this match, she just seemed drunk, like a pirate. And I maybe it was just how I analyzed it.
Mm-hmm.
I never really said it out loud. But she always made me feel like they always made her out to be a drunk. In
Yeah.
a sense, not as a whole character, but like when she would be with Oscar and she would say little stuff and she would laugh belligerently, girl. And I'd be like, girl, she's drunk as hell. And that's what she gives me sometimes when she wrestles. But girl, they did what they could, child.
She did. I mean, they both
Yeah,
did. You know what I'm saying?
we the
I
main
just want
event.
I just want everybody to just, if you stop going in with the mindset of, oh my god, this is going to be a 5-star match or whatever, and then boom,
Yeah.
it to you it becomes a 1-star, or what the hell is this, I'm not understanding, then that's your fault. Because you go in thinking that even though people have been in the ring with each other 1,000 times, they're going to produce the same type of match. It's not going to always be there. Somebody's going to be off. Somebody's going to have a bad night. It's simple. Everybody
Yeah.
have their bad nights. It's the same thing in wrestling. The same thing in sportings, whatever. It's the same thing in everyday damn life. When you wake up one day, you have a good ass day. The next day, you feel like shit. It's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. They ever since Bianca has been on this and people have been claiming her as Super Cena or the new female John Cena, everybody has been on her ass. And I'm here to tell y'all right now, I don't give a fuck. All right. Bianca Belair has worked her way up to prove why she is the EST of WWE. She's proved that. She's done that on countless of times. Okay? I'm not gonna argue. I'm not gonna go back and forth with y'all on social media about Bianca Belair. Y'all, either way, she wins, y'all gonna hate. She lose, everybody gonna be mad. Either way, it's a win-win situation or a lose-lose situation. Who cares? She's been doing her thing, point blank period. She took time off. Okay, she took time off to like everyone to get their shit together and do whatever the fuck they wanted to do. Right now, she's back. Everybody got a problem. Don't be mad now. She gave your faves a time enough time to do what they needed to do. And what did they do? Nothing. Wasted. So she's back full effect, and we're going into a new era of Bianca Belair. We're on the road to um, Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, Elimination Chamber, all of that stuff. So it's game time. It's game time. And so when Bianca's probably walking back into WrestleMania once again, who knows? She's back in where she was once before, walking in the WrestleMania probably with no champion. So who knows? You just better hope she don't win the Royal Rumble or Elimination Chamber if they have one with her in it or whatever. So yeah, be all right. But Bianca did end up winning the match, but it was the fact of that they told Bailey not to come out at all whatsoever, and then Bailey shows up, gets herself involved in the match between Bianca and Kyrie, and now Kyrie is laid out, and Bailey looks extremely worried because I'm sure that this weekend, well, this Friday, they're gonna have a Bailey's gonna get some words of encouragement. I'm gonna say that in a language she does not understand. Silly. I am petrified for Bailey and what's gonna happen. So they're gonna send a tribute to her ass to the troops. I'm telling you that much. She's gonna she's gonna be a problem for Bailey Friday. I'm hoping that they save it, because it's a special night, but she might get a special ass whooping. I'm telling you, it's bound to happen. Um, but we move on because throughout the night, of course, we know that Randy Orton's supposed to be making an appearance here on SmackDown, and well, Paul Heyman came into Nick Aldis, office and everything. Was like, who authorized you to say that Randy Orton could come here and all this and that? And Nick Aldis was like, look, I'm thinking about signing Randy to SmackDown, so you can tell your tribal chief Roman that is going to happen. I got to talk to you through him. So why you mad resting his face? You overreacting about nothing. Who? Oh, okay. Uh, and then Adam Pierce comes down and he's on. I'm like, Pierce, why are you here? Why are you, Nikki? Why is Pierce here? Y'all supposed to be. Why is that down
Because
here?
Nick Aldis still an ass
How is he?
trying.
Listen,
He tried to go up under Adam's nose and take Randy, knowing damn well Randy is a Monday Night Raw guy. Raw built on Randy Orton, like literally. Like, why would you do that? And then you just got here. So why you trying to be funny and shit? Mickey James, get your husband tonight. Cause I wasn't there for it. And this is why y'all lost. Because y'all was doing sneaky ass business. We gave y'all a clean cut American show. And y'all was over here trying to settle and colonize.
American
Oh,
show is crazy.
yeah, you heard me. With
I
Nick
mean,
Aldis.
well, y'all was in. They were in the Music City,
And
so
that's
I mean, I
why
guess you got American up, right?
no, we weren't. Let me tell you something. This ain't Raw was in Nashville.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Y'all
This
had
was
the,
not. This is
you was in
not
the
Raw.
Music
I had
City,
to change it
you
back.
know.
Fuck all that. We won.
Anyway, so Randy he comes out, and both Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis have their contracts in hand, ready to sign, ready to figure out who Randy Orton is going to sign with. Is he going to stay on Monday Night Raw, or is he going to sign to Friday Night SmackDown? And well, before he can truly make his decision, Paul Heyman comes out, and then he brings out Solo and Jimmy to basically attack or double team Randy Orton to, I guess, make him actually make a decision for him to show this is what's going to happen if you come to Friday Night SmackDown. So, well, Randall's like, I'm not. Randall's like, whatever. He took on them until the point where LA Knight came out. LA Knight, even out the odds, got rid of Solo ass, and then left Jimmy taking an RKO inside of the ring, which resulted in, well, does he stay on Monday Night Raw or does he come to Friday Night SmackDown? And well, ladies and gentlemen, Randy Orton is officially on the Friday Night SmackDown, the blue brand, the best brand. I mean, how can you not be upset? And what a really, really warm welcoming of Randy Orton to the Friday Night SmackDown if we didn't have a little RKO to the general manager of Friday Night SmackDown. And well, Randy is sending a message to everybody in that locker room, especially the one who doesn't show up to work, Roman Reigns. So Friday Night SmackDown is going to be quite interesting, ladies and gentlemen, as we move on because we have the Viper, the Apex Predator, the Legend Killer, whatever he wants to be, the most three dangerous words, RKO, is here on Friday Night SmackDown. Speaking of everything else that's happening on Friday Night SmackDown this week, of course, it is Tribute to the Troops. So we are starting off with the tournament to find out who's going to be Logan Paul's number one contender for his United States Championship. We're starting off with Dragon Lee and Santos Escobar again. And we're going to get Karrion Kross versus Bobby Lashley. Also, ladies and gentlemen, CM Punk is coming to Friday
Y'all
Night
cheating now,
SmackDown.
bro. On God, y'all cheating, bro. That's why
Punk
we
is
won
coming
this
to
week.
Friday Night
Y'all cheating, bro. He only coming there for the troops. He ain't coming there.
SmackDown. It doesn't matter.
He ain't gonna have a
We
loser ass episode.
we're bringing CM Punk to Friday
That's
Night SmackDown. Listen, y'all had y'all fun on Monday Night Raw. Hope
He's
y'all enjoyed
and
it.
we gonna always have
I
fun. He's
enjoyed
on
it.
Raw.
You know what I'm saying? He's a free agent actually,
No,
so
he's
he
on
can
Raw.
maneuver around. He may show up in NXT. Who knows? Can you imagine?
Raw superstars do it all the time. So yeah.
Yeah, but this is CM Punk. He ain't
Yeah.
been to no damn NXT.
Yeah. He's coming home to Raw. That's why we won this week.
Well, I guess if you say so.
Who else I got?
Also,
Oh yeah. Main event. Main event. Y'all eating bad next week. That's fucked up. Y'all are cheating. Y'all are cheating. When do they ever put when have they put tribute in years? It
they
normally be
still,
on a Saturday.
yeah, but you know what? We're gonna spice it up for
That's
y'all
fucked
this year.
up.
So we're getting a WrestleMania rematch from years ago. Oscar and Charlotte. Man.
What's crazy is I think this is technically I know it's not 3. It might be more. Because she beat her. What's so funny
Hmm.
is after all of that,
Yeah.
days before WrestleMania women's main event, Oscar lost to Charlotte
Hmm.
for the exact same title. So it's
Yeah.
pretty nasty business. So I don't know how this is gonna go over, but I'm hoping for the best. But I know a lot of people would say Sasha, and I don't disagree with it. I just do think that there is just something that Oscar and Charlotte just have, and
Hmm.
that night was special in New Orleans. So
It's gonna be a great time, I would say. But that's pretty much what we have cooking up for Friday Night SmackDown, y'all. Next week, well, this week to be exact, and of course we'll be talking about it next Monday, of course. Next week for Raw versus SmackDown. We thank you guys for coming in and hang out with us here. Just to give you a little bit of a rundown, what we do have for this week.
Lord.
Tomorrow, tomorrow on NXT Uncut, 11:30. We also have deadline predictions as well. So definitely make sure you guys come in and tune in for that. On Thursday, we will be back for Impact Wrestling because they're going to
Predict.
Mexico, and we have predictions as well. So we have two pay-per-views that we will be covering this weekend. So
Yeah.
deadline
One show.
and huh
One show.
one show, deadline and
Final
final
resolution.
resolution. Man, I'm gonna have to combine the show, the things together to
Well,
give
we can do. Well, we're not gonna give them too much, but I
no
think
deadline resolution. Go ahead.
we should. It should be like an intermission,
What?
like not a long intermission, but like a change.
Oh, it will be.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Oh, I'm gonna do that anyway.
I'm excited for Deadline. Is gonna be very interesting. There's a lot of good wrestling, um,
Hmm.
on both of these cards, but we'll be um 30 minutes after the last show. So whatever the last show is will come on
Yeah.
after that and be ready to talk, combine them. It's gonna be very interesting.
gonna be a long night. Well, not a long night, but a
No.
long night in a sense because we got they're going on at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's
That is
very
true.
much split screen. I will say in a sense. But yeah, that's pretty much all that we have for this week. Definitely make sure you guys check out our interview that we have with Gia Miller up on the YouTube channel as of right now. She also retweeted it on social media as well. So Nikki was on there. Shout out to Tim Battleground Podcast for being on the interview as well. They
Might
did
have
a
another impact interview this month.
mhm.
Who knows?
trying to take out and close out this year pretty well with the Shakers. Then we what
Two
started in like
months.
September. Yeah, two
Well,
months in, and we have
mm,
already done a lot. We're almost at 100 subscribers and 100 followers on YouTube and Twitter.
yeah. Our first
Oh,
show was 2 months ago. Yet tomorrow.
mm,
So October the
crazy.
5th.
We've done so much
Oh wow.
thus far. So, I mean,
That'll be fun.
2024, like I said, is on the horizon. So it's a lot that we, you know, hope to plan on doing and everything. I mean, Hard to Kill is on the rise as well. Found out they're going to New Orleans in February, so it's
Crazy.
that time, Nikki.
Two places that I want to go: Las Vegas and New Orleans.
It's that time.
Literally.
I've been to New Orleans countless of times.
Yeah.
So, but not in a way for like a pay-per-view or a
No.
showing at that. So let's
You
more
went for
specific.
NWA that time, right?
Yeah, but I don't really count that like that. It was
Well,
cool, but it was a great time. But as far as something like this though, like Impact, TNA wise, because we gotta do a rebrand here too for TNA. Like
well,
we got
yeah, we're gonna be. They're
everything.
giving some really good dates.
Hmm.
To be honest, they're doing like a lot of options to where I know will be hard to kill. There's an opportunity for Orlando, possibly Royal Rumbles the next week, and
Hmm.
then you have the same week. Vengeance is a go, and
Yeah.
then before a week before the week of that, I think, or before Peter Revolver comes back to Dayton, and then we're doing obviously now the New Orleans, which is February
Mhm.
23rd and 24th.
Yeah. The
So
Friday.
that's just it's just jam packed. So I'm honey, your
Well,
girl gonna be
they
rest,
have our little
resting and
schedule set up
steaming.
and everything. I have
Yeah.
to create like a schedule and everything of like what
Yeah.
we're gonna do and where we're gonna be at and stuff like that. Because I mean, of course, WrestleMania is on the horizons as well. We'll be
Yeah.
there. Mania, Russell Khan. They just announced Perry Saturn. What the fuck? You know,
I ain't
crazy.
fucking,
I wonder
I
who
ain't
else.
fucking with Russell Gun right now.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's okay.
Not right now. I gotta see something. It
Okay.
depends.
Well, I'm gonna see something
We're gonna be in Philly though, regardless. While I
too.
know.
We are. Yeah, we need to look forward to Vegas. That's the real tea.
Yeah, I think Hard to Kill is really gonna be like.
It's gonna be a fresh. It's gonna be a true fresh start for like both me and Nikki
Yeah.
doing our own shit with the Shakers Den, like
Yeah,
full
it's gonna be fun.
everything. So, but yeah, so definitely check out the interview. Check out all our other past interviews that we've done as well here on the Shakers Den. Check out our other shows we have here too. Raw versus SmackDown, NXT Uncut, Impact. Um,
Mhm.
eventually, Game with the Salt Shakers
It's back.
will be making its return.
The 25th. We'll
As
also be pairing with the Wrestling Classic and be doing some reels. For in the rest of the year, reels will feature some matches that I recorded, Santana recorded, and also Jamari, one of our friends. He recorded too. So we got some Trinity and Son. I was gonna say Sonia, Trinity and Sunny footage to drop. So yeah. It's gonna be nice. End of the year. It's a chill. It's
Vibe out, you
December
know.
is about reflection. Okay. I know you won't see me at any shows this month, but it's okay because your girl gotta chill. We gotta make some money, honey. We going to Vegas, honey. We trying to make
Yeah,
it big, but I'm trying to hit 10K.
I'm trying to get my body done before.
Okay. All right. That's enough. Get us the fuck out of here.
All right. Make sure you guys follow our socials at the Shakkas Den on Instagram, on Twitter, on YouTube, all over. Check out Nikki's Twitch at Nikki Bougie. Check out my Twitch at Holistic. Shout out to Battleground Podcast as always for having the Shakkas Den in the building. And shout out to Battleground Podcast as well. Make sure you give them a follow and subscribe to their channel too. They do amazing things over there as well, and we thank them for allowing the Shakers Den to be ourselves and do all the crazy shit that we want. Sometimes we knock things over, but we at least pick it up, you know, when it gets a little crazy. But you know, that's that. You guys enjoy the rest of your day and your week. We'll be back tomorrow for NXT Uncut. Check out, Monday Night Raw is gonna be pretty special tonight, according to Jay Uso. So I'm hoping that he comes out in that warrior paint, you know, and give us a
I hope
little.
he wins.
I hope he wins too, but I really want him to come out in their war paint and do their tribal chant that they used to do when they first started and everything. Like I think that's gonna be really, really special if he pulls that out. So I said it, y'all heard it here first. So we come back next week and he did it. Yeah. All right.
Y'all, that means we won.
Shut the hell up!
It does not.
Nah.
Y'all have a great night. We'll see you guys tomorrow for NXT Uncut.